Please. Can you start? So, good morning, one and all. Wish you a happy new year. So, we have gathered here, addressed by our Honorable Director, sir. So, before we start the event today, I request Professor Priti Sharma, Ma'am, Dean of Administration, to welcome our Honorable Director with a plant sapling and a bouquet to start the new year. Ma'am, please. And to present the bouquet and plant sapling to our Honorable Dean of Administration, I request our registrar sir to present the same. May I now request Joint Registrar, Student and Faculty Affairs to present the same plant and bouquet to our registrar sir. Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. So may I now request Honorable Director, sir, give your address for the entire IIT Indore community, sir.
Good morning and very happy new year to all of you. Thanks to Mr. Hota, who has been telling me, sir, you should address all the campus on the January. And from there it has started. Okay, so I said instead of sending, email of by writing some things, I will speak. That's probably the better way. So I begin with expressing my sincere gratitude to entire community for their support and affection for the last almost like 1 year. Your enthusiasm and support and participation in every activity has helped to achieve some success. I won't say complete success. And in the coming months and days, we would like to go a little at a faster pace, having covered a lot of ground. During the 1 year, Institute has made several plans, and I'm going to brief you about those plans. And we have done several first also. So first of the first is ceremonial convocation, which we conducted just last week. And that was a big success. The 2020 batch, which was deprived of actually the convocation, very few of them could come for a convocation. They came in large numbers, almost like 200 students with their families, parents and families. They also were also there. And in fact, the family and parent section was most crowded in the whole auditorium. So I think we have done the right thing of helping assuage their wishes. Professor Amitabh Ghosh was the director of, the chief guest of that function. Professor Amitabh Ghosh was the former director of IIT Kharagpur. In his message, he said, life is the best teacher and time is the best healer. whatever we do, we have to learn from our experiences, our mistakes, and time will only tell you to heal those mistakes and fallacies which we have done. As far as rankings of the institute is concerned, we are among the top 20 institutions in NIRF ranking and top 400 in world ranking. In both these rankings, there is a significant difference with which the rankings are evaluated. So we have sought the help of one of our very eminent faculty members, Dr. Selva Samurai, who has studied the systems, you will not believe, to a great extent. And he has been helping us to how to, collect the data, what kind of data is required, and we are trying to collect the data. Um, Apart from the procedural details, the research has been one of the most important factors which has helped the institute to secure these rankings or hold the place in these rankings. So all of you who are doing research are actually contributing to the ranking. So please continue to do your good research and contribute to the ranking of the institute. A large part of the international ranking and some part of the Indian ranking is based on the perception. So in this context, our outreach activities are very important. As I always said, we should make ourselves relevant to the society. Our research and education should benefit to all, and they should feel that they are the part of IIT Indore. Well, we have made several plans in that direction. I will talk about them soon, but I would request each one of you to be the ambassador of the institute and share the best aspects of the institute to the outside world as and when you get an opportunity. Be it a conference, be it a meeting, take some slides, take some information about the institute, identify whenever you are going outside, see what relevant information can be presented at that instant, at that place. And be the ambassador of the institute and spread good words about the institute. Also, I would request you to be vigilant about the reputation of the institute. We are a very young institute. A small, here and there, damage here and there can go a long way. Bigger institutes have no problem. They have the legacy of 60, 70 years, but we have a legacy of very small time. So be vigilant about the reputation about the institute. As far as academic programs are concerned, we are creating vibrant academic programs, expanding them, incorporating a lot of flexibility in the academic programs, making it relevant to the society. We have added these components into it and introducing new programs. We have remained at about 2,400, 2,500 students in 13 years, but I think the other IITs have gone to 5,000 or even more students. So we have to grow quite significantly. But I'm happy to inform you that the institute has approved 4 new BTech programs. These are in mathematics and computing, engineering, physics, space science and engineering, and chemical engineering the next academic year. These programs have been designed after extensive internal discussions and deliberations with the experts in the domain. I want to compliment the hard work and enthusiasm of our professors who have designed this particular program. Please give them big hands. I would request all of you to give it a wide publicity to these programs so that we reach to the interested student population. So what is more important is starting the programs is not sufficient, but we have to reach out to those who are interested in these programs. So I would request academic department to prepare some kind of a small information nuggets about these programs so that they can be circulated on social media through interpersonal tags, and various ways from the students also. I would request the students also to take part in disseminating information about these programs. We're also going to start one MTech program with RRCAT Indore. The significance of this is that RRCAT is a very big institution, and they have agreed that the laboratory component of the program will be done at their place and the teaching component will be done at our place. So this is a unique collaboration between the RRCAT and our institute. Under National Education Policy 2020, we are making a lot of changes in the academic programs. Recently, our Senate has approved the changes. These include reducing the number of core courses, emphasis on core courses, and increasing the number of electives in the program. So our students now, new students will have electives right from the day number one. The first semester, second semester, they will have electives. First semester, they will have electives. And all the semesters, they will have electives. Apart from that, there is a HSS and institute electives component which can be varied. A student is interested in those, then they can go up to 12 to 13% in HSS courses, or minimum of 6% in those courses. Also, there is an experiential learning component in it. So we are recognizing the small projects which our students will do. We are recognizing the internships our students will do. And then giving credits to all these small activities or co-curricular activities so that these credits for those can be acquired or accrued in a credit bank and used appropriately for filling the requirements of their degree programs. There are also project-based courses like Makerspace, lessons for entrepreneurship, design thinking, immersion programs, and the institute will permit these credits to be accrued into the credit banks. The institute has adopted a blockchain technology for providing digitally secured and authenticated education documents record to all the graduating students. So you will be able to now access your records from anywhere in the world, and that will be the most authenticated. You don't have to, go back to your Xerox copies or signed copies of the documents. We'll have to introduce you to the older students also. I don't know how academic section will have to work on it to, put all the past records of the students in the blockchain, so that everybody has similar, access. During the last month, when the first year BTech student joined, we introduced a 3-day life skill development program named as Genesis. That included workshops for physical, psychological, and social enrichment of the students. It was a great success, and it was well appreciated by the students as well as the parents. And the program has helped the students to assimilate with the system, with the institute environment quickly. I would request Dosa and Doa, both of them have actually designed this program to enhance the duration of the program to about 5 to 6 days, about a week time, and include various activities like sports and arts, safety training, disaster management sensitization, gender sensitization, professional ethics and human values, and sensitization towards India's defense needs and those people at the bottom of the pyramid. So several things can be included, and the program can be made about 5 to 6 days, so that they have a comprehensive idea about the requirements. They can choose their direction, ways of working as they go ahead. I have given the first year students a target that by the time they complete 4 years of their BTech program, they should do at least one project which will benefit to the society. Technological intervention. It is not a project which means doing anything, but providing a technological intervention so that it will be helpful to the society in their 4 years period. So that we should be able to say that, yeah, this I have done in my. It can be a small project, but yes, it is important that they take up this challenge. I suggest that second year students should take lead in planning this program and executing them for the next year entrance in consultation with DOSA and DOA. At the same time, the third year students should prepare a wonderful farewell program for their fellow students in the final year. So the second year students will welcome the first year students, and the third year students will give farewell to the final year students. So, both these things should go hand in hand. That will preserve the, camaraderie among the students. Yet another aspect I have been requesting Professor Tridip Sharma, and Dosa, is that to introduce inter-hostel sports in the institute. I find that due to unlimited access to internet and mobiles, we all have become singular. We are all enclosed into our own world. And our students should play, actually, our students should go out and play a lot. This gives them a lot of energy, fresh air, and more importantly, a sound mind for many years to come. This is the opportunity for all the 17, 20, 25, 22 years young students to, build your personality, build your system, build your body, so that, you can face the psychological, physical challenges in the coming years. Once you go out of the institute, you will be doing a job, and, there will be many, many pressures. So this is time you have to build yourself. And I think for that, the sports is very, very important. And we should, for the Gymkhana secretary also, I have requested that, all of you should sit together and plan the sports activity between the hostels. At the same time, we would like that our yearly consultation with the students should happen. Last year, we have done engagement with all the first year, second year, third year, fourth year, MTech, PhD students. We had meetings with all of them. So I think we'll again have a open house with all of them, because now almost 1 year has happened. And we'll see where we have progressed, what are the things which are, what are the difficulties even still remaining. Those things we will take up. I think we'll start this process of consultation with the students again this year. Just to give some numbers about research, we have about 6,000 international journal publications in high impact journals, which is one of the good standing among the new generation IITs. We have about 500 projects from the various funding agencies worth of about 400 crores, 300 consulting projects worth about 13 crores we have executed till date, which is also a kind of a record of its kind, because being a new IIT, this has to grow further. Out of our 91 patents, we have been granted 20 of them, which is also a growing number. And to grow these numbers further, we are now taking care of the the patent expenses up to 25,000, and also providing a reward of 25,000 to a team of professors and students for the patentable research. So if your patentable research is going to be examined by a team of professionals, and if they say that this is worth spending money, we will take care of the rest of the expenses of that particular patent. So apart from your paper writing, should not stop paper writing. You should write papers, but spend some additional energy on writing patents also. Our identity is our research. Research will take all of you, be it a professor, be it a student, to various places. You go to any position in the academia, whether it's an administrator or a research position or an award or a chair professorship, whatever. It's only the research that is counted and nothing else. So your research will take you to many places. If you find the application of director's position, I will say that this application is of only 20 pages. You just cannot write a single word beyond 20 pages. And in that 20 pages, 6.6 pages are devoted to your research. Nothing other than that. your scholarly activities will only take you to the places. Other than that, these are only some bullet points. You will have to struggle hard to find and put a bullet. Oh, I was doing some deanship and I was doing some administration work in some committees. Very, very difficult to enter those bullets into it. But it's only the scholarly. So put hard work, put your all efforts in your research. That's what my suggestion would be. At the same time, the teaching is another thing which is very important in the research, because the path to the hearts of the students go through teaching. If you are a good teacher, you will get great hands to work with, and you can simply sort of relax and perform your research. You will have best brains performing your research, and that's what it is required. And that's actually originates from being a very good teacher. You all know that Professor Phatak, our honorable chairman of BOG, he writes only a simple affiliation in his signature. Teacher from IIT Bombay. He has got everything as a teacher from IIT Bombay. As a dean of alumni and corporate relations at IIT Bombay, if I had to call any batch of students from 80s, 90s or something, as to why they should come to the institute, I have only one reason. Professor Phatak will speak to you. That's it. Enough. People would come, run away from places and places to, come and talk to him, be it an online meeting, be it a offline meeting. So it goes, teacher goes a long way, a long way. I also experienced, I'm not a great teacher, but like Professor Patak, but so much I have done of 22 years that you go to any city in the country, I will have some students working for helping me there, and saying that, my stay is comfortable there. So it helps you in a long run to have a good students and being a good teacher. So I find that students are not attending classes, offline classes these days. I was also surprised that very few students are attending. But I think you better reconcile yourself and take understand the joy of learning in person and the camaraderie with your friends. I would request Doha to look into this matter and that how to increase attendance of the students in the classes. But also I will suggest that the faculty members should work on putting up project-based, assignment-based, small project, small assignment-based activities in the courses, so that the marks are not only distributed on the test, but there are some other avenues by which the students can perform, and the application and the theory both go hand in hand if you have project component in your uh, uh, courses. You will know that besides the technology, we have a great focus on humanities, and we will be soon inaugurating Jai Prakash Narayan National Center for Excellence in Humanities at IIT Indore, which is one of its kind center, which is not there anywhere in the country. Our professors in humanities have put together a proposal, and they were struggling for last 4 or 5 years and going to ministry for funding. Yes, no, yes, no. It was going here, there, but finally, Mr. Murthy, Honorable Secretary of MOE, when he came here, we presented it, and he see to that. He seen to that this proposal gets approved, and the money have also come. We are now going to inaugurate, towards the end of this month, this particular center. Um, Recognized eminence among the faculty members, we have introduced institute chair professorship. We have not implemented it. Probably in coming few months, we will implement this institute chair professorship. Uh, Also, there is a need for developing a translational research ecosystem from lab to land system that will convert our research into some kind of a products which can be taken to market further. So most of the best universities in the world are flourishing. That is because our students go there and they provide this atmosphere of converting research into the technology and products. and our students actually thrive at that places. Most of the big universities have Indian students who are actually working there and thriving. But if same kind of infrastructure, if we are able to prepare here, then our students will actually thrive here too, and we will be benefited because we'll be the first one to convert the research into the technology in these cases. So we are working towards this lab to land ecosystem, uh, which will involve a lot of professionals. Like there will be legal experts, there will be industry people, there will be scientists in that, and those professionals will actually help us to convert our research into the technology. So I requested Dean R&D to separate the IPR section from the Dean R&D's office and actually focus on this conversion of technology, conversion of research into technology. So we have ideas, and we are coming out with some kind of plan for it. At the same time, Dean ACR's office and Dean International Relations office they require enormous professional number of professionals for outreach activities, and that's where we are also combining these activities, outreach activities, as well as R&D conversion activities, and forming some kind of a center, some kind of independent company of the institute, which will help our administration to take care of the professional in a professional way. It is not that we don't have this ecosystem. We do have one such a project in the Institute for a translational research, that is the Drishti CPS cyber physical system, where translational research in a particular domain is converted into a product. So this is Drishti CPS is only a one kind of a project and one kind of the research. It is helping for a translation, but we have research happening in all branches of engineering and sciences and humanities. All this need to be taken up, so we need to develop our own system. But nevertheless, Industry CPS is our flagship project, which is one of the biggest 100 crore project, and do participate in that particular project whenever they issue a call for a proposal or invite the application. Please do participate. Even though you are a little bit away from the mainstream area of where that is the focus of the CPS, but do write projects. I have requested Professor Bhupesh Lad to take the institute faculty and students with the Drishti CPS, so that they get a good base, and on that base they can build a wonderful system. We also have now a CEO for that center, who is a very young and dynamic person, and hopefully it will be a great success for us. As far as our neighbors are concerned, we are trying to forge a lot of alliances with the neighboring institutions, neighboring industries. First and foremost is the biggest organization of Raja Ramanna Center for Advanced Studies, and that's where we started. We are starting with MTech in optics, applied optics and laser technology from 2023. We have actually formed a committee which is helping us to navigate on this particular program. Professor Palani and the professor, Dr. Scientist on the other side, they have run a 6 months evening program on laser technology, I believe, or 3D printing. 3D printing. It's a 6 months online program for the industry professionals. You can do that program only in the evening between 5 to 7 o'clock on Saturdays and Sundays, and it's of 6 months duration, which is probably attracting a lot of attention, and it's a certificate program, which we would like to help such kind of a program, so that we share our knowledge with the outside people. We also have, besides RRCAT, we have visited Soybean Research Institute, Indian Institute of Forest Management at Bhopal, Central Institute of Agriculture Engineering at Bhopal, at least these 3 institutes. And we are now, doing various projects. You must have seen various calls for project by Professor Sandeep Chaudhary and Professor Devayan Sarkar on these topics. please participate in these projects. The institute is actually sharing some amount of money for, for a societal benefits. If you are doing something for the societal benefits, we are putting seed money for that. Once the project takes a good shape, then you can apply for either CSR funding or some other kind of funding from these projects. So about 7 to 10 projects have initiated in this activity with the collaboration with these three institutions. One of the projects is capturing color of the plants and flowers using drones and diagnose the health of the plant. So based on the color of the flowers, plants or leaves, you can say that the plant has some kind of a disease or it is healthy or what it is condition. So one of them is this kind of a project is being done and it's using drone camera. So, there are many technological interventions that are possible. Professor Preeti Sharma knows that there are many technological interventions required for the rural area. So Center for Rural Development and Technology under its program Titli, Technological Innovations for Tribal Livelihoods is undertaking these projects. CRDT has introduced 2 new courses, that is the immersion programs for rural technology development and design thinking for rural applications. We are actually opening up these courses for all these segments, be it a defense segment, be it a health segment or whatever. So the immersion programs can be in defense technology, immersion, or the design thinking can be for defense applications or for healthcare applications, for anything. So we are actually widening the definition of these courses so that the students can take up these courses. With the encouragement of Professor Amitabh Ghosh, who was chief guest for our ceremonial convocation, we are engaging with a NGO to train rural youths in providing paramedical support to the population, rural population, as well as in the hospitals. So this is a 6 months to 1 year program for 10th standard or 12th standard students from outside. And they will be trained in some basic, helps that can be provided, first aid provided to the patients, and all those paramedical, the things required for patients. And eventually, these students are in great demand. These skilled workers are great demand at various hospitals in the country, and they actually get good jobs. So we will be actually enabling them. Our job is to provide them a shelter. This organization. This has been done at IIT Guwahati also, and it's yielding a lot of good results. And we feel that we should also take help of this. Eventually, the program will have graduate programs as well as the bachelor's programs also are there. BSc programs are also there in that particular domain. So over a period of time, we might look into extending these certificate courses to this. And these certificates are actually approved by the Indian Medical Association, and so we don't have to worry much, but we have to just take care of them and provide a shelter to this program, and of course extend our brand to them, our name to them. We have taken several initiatives as a part of our commitment to the state of Madhya Pradesh, where we are situated. We have signed MOU with Higher Education, Technical Education of Madhya Pradesh, under which the first ranked students of all branches of engineering from government colleges will be invited to spend a few months at the institute and undertake a small project for which we will take care of all their expenses. So I think the first batch of student has already arrived, and Professor Pare is actually mentoring them. But I think slowly they will be in a different departments also, and then they will approach them. Going further, I have recently talked with the Chief Secretary of the Higher Education of the state, and he has proposed another model of interaction where the final year graduate students from these engineering colleges, of course meritorious students, can take admission to our MS program And before admission to MS program, they can spend 1 semester or 1 year in IIT and graduate from that to the MS program at the institute. So they can take admission, and once they take admission, they will actually take admission to MS program. But before joining the program, they will be here in the institute for at least 6 months to 1 year, or 1 semester to 2 semesters, and so that there is a smooth graduation from the bachelor's program to master's program. Of course, there is a lot of technicalities and a lot of discussions is required to, do all these things. But this is the initial concept, and we are thinking of going in that particular direction to help to help the state where we are situated. Industries programs, we have done Corporate and Industry Connect program. A lot of industries participated in our program in August, and we are trying to engage the industries to understand their technological issues and working towards providing them viable solutions. Second set of programs are going to be, follow-up program is going to be conducted in the month of February. So it's almost like August, we have done first level. Then we have done some work, and in that work, I think a few projects have come out. One of the major gains out of these engagement is that one of the industries, I don't want to disclose because we are going to disclose it in a big way, has agreed to give us 2 crores of rupees setting up a center of excellence in our institute. So this is one of the first industry supported center of excellence at the institute, and I'm sure if we continue to work, we'll have more ways of such interacting with the industries. Another thing, which is coming up, has come up from the industry, is that that we consider offering admission to industry professionals in some of our UG courses. So we open up our computer science, electrical, mechanical, UG courses, some of them, to the industry professionals, so that they can only take that one particular course and learn along with the UG students. There's a wonderful chemistry which will happen between an experienced person from the industry and a young boy who has not seen anything outside, or a boy or a girl who has not seen the world. So this chemistry is very important and is actually beneficial to both of them. So we're thinking of developing a model in that particular direction, and in the years to come, again, DOA has to work on this to see how we can involve industries professionals in our undergraduate programs. Entrepreneurship Center is doing fine. We have now Advanced Center for Entrepreneurship, which is an independent Section 8 company. We can hire professionals who are there, and the team of professors has started a course on foundation of entrepreneurship. This was one of the important courses. I think the first batch is about 20 students, and we are going to have the second batch soon. Sustainable campus. I mean, you must have witnessed a lot of things, activities happening about the sustainable campus. We have 200 acres of forest. We are developing various lakes in the institute. We have 6 lakes in the institute, and all these 6 lakes actually they become dry, completely dry in after 3 or 4 months. But if you dig about 5 feet, you will find that there is plenty of water there. So we have to nurture, we have to develop these 6 lakes, which are a part of the ecology of the institute. As a part of it, I'm happy to announce that we are making a micro forest in the neighboring one of the lakes, and this is from the various trees which are shifted from widening of the road. You know that the Khandwa road is getting widened. So we have about, there is a lot of bureaucracy, and nobody gives trees to us. We are just begging for trees, but nobody wants to give trees. So, but I think Mr. Hota's efforts, we are successful in getting about 10 trees, and we are hoping that another 30, 40 trees, which are in the age group of about less than 10 years, 3 years, 5 years to 10 years. The survival chances of these trees are only 50% or more. Whereas if you take a big tree more than 10 years old, the survival chance is very, very less. So we are focusing on these trees. Let's see what happens. But with all your efforts, we have planted about 1,500 samplings during the last rainy season, and it's now a challenge to maintain those and grow them and take them forward. So must have seen we are making the rings around each plant, each tree in the institute, and coloring them so that they are actually adopted and adopted by the institute and not left alone. So that part is being done. And thanks to Mr. Hota for a lot of interest in stepping in that. Amrit Sarovar is finally, at least there is a shape, basic shape has come in front of Abhinandan building. And Dean IDO is actually working against the time to make it ready. So we would like to have next New Year celebration at the Amrit Sarovar. Infrastructure wise, we have completed almost like 31 buildings, phase 1 and phase 2. And uh, uh, out of that, I think the best building has been our Nalanda Auditorium and surrounding complex, which has got the award also, the third rank of CPWD. We have now put up a plaque there showing that this is the most awarded structure of the institute. Would like to carry forward this spirit further in phase 3, for which we have submitted a proposal to Government of India, giving us a loan of 496 crores. The loan application is in advanced stage, and we'll be developing a laboratory complex, academic pod, 3 hostels in that, 1 faculty housing and 1 studio apartment, and 1 kind of a placeholder for the centers of excellence and laboratories of new programs which are actually coming. So this particular project will suffice us to about 4,000 students, increase from our number from 2,500 to 4,000. But what beyond that, and so for that purpose, we have written another proposal to the Government of India. That is through Japan International Corporation Agency, JICA. The total outlay of this project is about 1,400 crores. So right now we have given a skeleton of this particular proposal. It's kind of a 2-page tabular proposal, which was asked that what are all the various buildings. We have a wonderful master plan, and needs of the campus have been actually taken care of in those master plans, and we found that there is absolutely no need to deviate from that particular master plan. So we collected all the information, and proposed a total of 1,400 crores for next 10 years. That will help us to raise our student strength to about 7,000 in coming 7 to 10 years. With that, we will consume mostly today we are on 1/3 of the total of 300 acres available land out of excluding the forest. So this will take another 100 acres. So we will cover another 100 acres and 2/3 part of our land. Still 1/3 part of our land will still remain. That will probably take us to the 10,000 students. That is the limiting capacity of the whole campus, maybe after some 10 years time. We are also aiming at building a satellite campus at Ujjain, and with a lot of support from government of Madhya Pradesh. We have not got the land, but the land has been identified for us, about 100 acres land. So that will add another 1/3 of land for our campus. So what our worry was, what we should do after that, this 1,400 crore project that is solved, because another 100-acre land is going to come to the institute. We have prepared a lot of a lot of ways in which we will do our outreach, and we will help the people in the society. So the students, as well as the professors, industry professionals, everybody. So we have a outreach and skilling sections there, laboratories there, which will help all the engineering college students. They can come and participate in various programs of the institute there, and then stay in our hostels there for a few days, and then go back to their colleges. So a lot of programs have been planned, and we will actually present that whole proposal to the on the internet, so that we can invite your comments. It is a unique kind of a proposal again, because it involves 40% of the contribution from the central government and 60% of contribution from the state government. It's about 550 crores proposal, and with a 60-40 partnership in that. Already a team of professors is working on designing various programs for this center, and we are doing a lot of work for this center, and I hope it will come up. But the formal sanction is still awaited. I mean, the signing on the dotted lines that yes, we will give 550 crores, 100 acres land, whatever, that is still awaited, but it's in the advanced stages. We are keep hearing that yes, it has gone to from one place to another place in the ministry. So our that will be our contribution to the society, where each person in the society should feel that yes, IIT Indore cares for them. At least a delta, they should be associated with us in the smallest possible way, so that they feel that yes. And that's where the role of a national institution. We are the institute of national importance. We are not only for our students and internal ones. We should spread out. We should help the large number of people outside to fulfill their aspirations. We only serve for 0.001% of the students. You know that among the entire population of the students, 2% of the population of students is in engineering. Only 2% are engineers. And out of that 2% of engineers, how many come to IIT? 0.001% or 0.001% of the students actually come to the IITs. So we cater to national institutions, but we cater to a very, very small number of students directly. But with the help of the mandate given by the country, we have an opportunity to reach out to a large number of the students, faculty, and outsiders, so that we get associated and we actually share the pie with all of them. Maybe last section, coming to administration of both of these sitting here. We are doing a lot of changes. I must thank Professor Preeti Sharma that she has actually brought out a chart of the entire institute's departmental requirements, which person is going where, in which department he or she is going, and where there is a need of new people. So the whole institute has been actually mapped now, and we have to fill a lot of vacancies. I find that we require a lot of hands in all these departments. When I go to IIT Bombay and tell them that our Dean R&D's office has 3 and 4 people, Dean ACR office has 1.5 to 2 people, it's like just they are amazed that how are you working like this? But we need to really gear up and step up our recruitment of people, recruitment of professionals. But that doesn't mean that we compromise on the quality of the people. We have to get the quality people and grow. Also, there is issue about the file movements. I've had one meeting with Mr. Hota and some of the deans, where files are moving slowly. So I gave them a target that everybody should see to that whatever file comes to his or her table should be dealt with in 24 hours. Not more than 24 hours, the file should remain on your table. That will require a lot of flow assessment of the flow of the files from one section to another section. There are a lot of unwanted movement of files from one side to another side, and we are all thinking, oh, no, this is a part of the procedure. We only made procedures, and we only are actually getting troubled by that. So how do we do that? I mean, that's a challenge for the administration, and we are working on easing that flow of the files. And we better take it now urgent basis. I think it's already a good amount of time has passed. But I think one good point which administration has started is that they have started training the weekly training for the people in various new domains of work, and that training is parallelly going on, which will help us augment the expertise in the whole improving our system. Um, I remember one of the registrars at IIT Bombay used to say that if a professor brings money, it is my duty to help him to the extent possible buy the equipment he or she desires to buy. So the administration has to be going reaching out to the people. It is not that the files will come and I will see and I will. No, it is the duty of the administration to reach out to the people. That I am not able to satisfy your requirements. Think administrator is a good in rules and regulations. I don't say you bend the rules and regulations, but find the ways to satisfy the requirements of the user. If once we are able to see a person behind a paper or a file, that's where the real progress will happen. Because the file is not moving, there is somebody who is suffering. There is somebody who is at loss, who is not able to perform his or her research. If that kind of compassion is there, then it will help. I'm sure they are doing, but I think we need to really, work hard and expedite all these things. So now that 1 year has gone, so we need to really now work on it. So people are good, everybody is good, but that angle, that way of thinking, and that way of approach to the problem is very important. In the long run, we want to establish ERP in the system. A lot of ground has been covered for establishing ERP. Professor Neminath's convenership, we have had a committee. They have shortlisted almost like 5 or 6 companies who can support our requirements. But it's a massive task. Defining the requirements of the institute itself is a huge task, and that committee is actually doing it. Hopefully, in next 6 months, we will have some implementation of ERP. That is what I'm guessing. Last but not the least, I wish to express a lot of gratitude to Ministry of Education, Government of India. I mean, they provide us the salaries, support, funding at various points of time, and they're careful about our requirements. We express our gratitude to them. And I thank all of you again for your support and enthusiasm. I find that there is a huge energy in the campus. We need to modulate it, and we need to use it in a right way and put it to the use for the right cause. So there is a small question with that COVID. I don't know what will happen to the COVID in coming days and months. Everybody is watching the COVID situation, and we will work according to this as the situation evolves. But I think some kind of a preparedness from our side is required. Those who have not taken third dose or something, I think better get that vaccination done. If some of the students have not taken, let's get this thing done, and be on a vigilant mode while we are welcoming this new year 2023. I'm sure it will bring a lot of joys and laurels to the institute and individuals, and I wish you all the best in your all endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So, for highlighting all the achievements during the year and showing us the path for our next course of action. And I'm sure that your visionary approach will lead to the excellence of the institute in all terms. Thank you once again, sir. So with this, may I now request our registrar, sir, for a vote of thanks.
Thank you. Namaskar. Wish you all. Yes, sir.
Comments if are there.
Yeah, sure.
But if you have one or two comments, then we can do it and then handle the vote of thanks.
At that time, please.
Yeah, suggestions or comments. I think you can see that these proposals are placed at some place. They're saying that with the you people have done helped us to develop these skills of doing by hands, and that's actually today helping us to go into the entrepreneurship and develop a company. So two of them we have met. Both of them are actually the entrepreneurs, and we wanted to call them for a interaction with our students. I think maybe this will happen in this coming semester sometime. So it's good. I think whatever we are actually sowing is actually getting us good returns as we go ahead. Thank you.
नमस्कार सर। जो ये हमारा एडवांस टेक्नोलॉजी तो टेक्निकल का जितना भी ट्रेनिंग फैकल्टी के द्वारा होता है, किंतु हमारा एक सेक्शन है, ह्यूमैनिटी सेक्शन है, उसमें लैंग्वेज बेसिस में आप सब तो हाईलाइटेड किए हैं, उनके एक लैंग्वेज बेसिस में जैसे हमारे पास में IIM उनके द्वारा कुछ लैंग्वेज का डेवलपमेंट के लिए, जैसे संस्कृत अभी हो चुका है मुफ्ती साहब के द्वारा, जैसे हिंदी और संस्कृत का कुछ बढ़ावा करने के लिए कुछ ट्रेनिंग देना भी और उससे ज्यादा मोटिवेट होने के लिए आप इसको पढ़ने में छोड़ दिए थे।
ठीक, आई थिंक संस्कृत के लिए है, आई थिंक देयर इज सम is there. Murthy is taking care of, but the English language also they are writing, they are doing something for English language also, a language center. That idea is there for, I mean, there are many ideas at various places, they are stopped at various places. We have to just take them forward. With the help of this JP Narayan Center for Humanities, I think we will be able to cover a lot of ground, establish a lot of programs for humanities in the coming years.
Sir, just to add, Professor Ananya has taken 2 sessions for our staff for comprehension and English communication.
Wow.
We'll organize more so.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Namaskar, as part of formal vote of thanks, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to you, Director Sir, for obliging me by agreeing to be here on first day, working day of the year. I know with your busiest schedule starts from today, but you have obliged me. Thank you very much, sir. You have given us direction to IIT Indore community as a whole in various fields, starting from academics to administration. On behalf of administration, sir, I would like to assure you and the rest of the community here that we will definitely take your guidance, speed up and scale up seriously, and things will be visible very soon. because you have made us reminded that we are Institute of Eminence, and there is a larger perception staying outside the campus. So all our orientation is to improve the perception, and we are trying hard, and things will be visible very soon. From compliance, we will move to governance, as I have presented in my presentation last month. We'll make sure that things happen and things happen for better. Thank you very much, sir. My sincere thanks to Professor Preeti, Dean of Administration, for being here. Thank you, madam. Thank you for welcoming Director, sir. My sincere gratitude to all the deans, heads of departments and centers, and also associate deans, honorable faculty members, and my staff team. Special thanks to all of you for being here. Let us start the new year with a positive note. Dear students, as director sir has told, I will take you from there and say we would like to see you in playground very soon. Thank you very much. Special thanks to Drishti Foundation and ACE Foundation, project director of both the foundation being here and their team. Thank you very much. All the staff members who have organized this event, thank you very much. We hope that next year will be Amrit Sarovar, and many more things are likely to happen. So this is a sustainable campus and we'll make it happen. Thank you very much. Let us start a green new year.